Right friends, welcome back to revision class. This is the 10th session and I am trying to make something different. I told you on Friday that I will try to come out with a new plan from today. It may take one or 2 days more time because I am trying to put it in a pro forma so that the concepts which you get normally doubts in the examination, I would like to put forth those points, specially highlighting them. So, that we will take up within 1 or 2 days, and this 10th session will be continuation of the 9th session. In 9th session we talked about some organizations. This is continuation of that. EPEDA, Agricultural and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority. One important aspect here is several people feel that it is under the Ministry of Agriculture, but it is not correct. It is under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. And what is the purpose of EPEDA or Agricultural and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority? It is development of industries related to scheduled products for export and by way of providing financial assistance. Here 2-3 important aspects, please do not forget. It looks at primarily how to improve the exports of agricultural and allied sector commodities like fruits, vegetables, their processed products, or you can say processed foods, meat and meat products, poultry and poultry products, and dairy products. So, how to look at the export of these products? That is one main aim of EPEDA, and EPEDA is under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, please be cautious. And at the same time it is behind fixing standards and specifications, improving packaging, marketing for the scheduled products for the purpose of exports. So, agriculture and allied products for the purpose of export, what needs to be done, that is clearly looked after by EPEDA. Right, look at the next one. PFRDA, this is Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority. This is under the Ministry of Finance, and one important aspect is this is a statutory body, came quite recently as per PFRDA Act 2013, and it is to promote, develop and regulate pension sector in India. And here one important aspect is the contributory pension system was implemented with effect from 1st January 2004, and National Pension System, it is known as National Pension System or NPS, quite often in the news. So, National Pension System is extended to all the citizens with effect from 1st May 2009. So, it regulates what are the duties of Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority. Why I am emphasizing on this is one more organization is there, Employee Provident Fund Organization or EPFO. EPFO is under the Ministry of Labour and Employment, whereas Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority is the statutory body under the Ministry of Finance. So, what it regulates? Pension Fund Regulatory Development Authority regulates national pension system subscribed by employees of Government of India, state governments and employees of private institutions or organizations. So, overall it monitors national pension system. So, this is monitored by statutory authority, that is PFRDA under the Ministry of Finance, right. Then we will come to EPFO a little while from now, and now DICGC, this is Deposit Insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporation. This was established as wholly owned subsidiary of Reserve Bank of India, and please do not forget Reserve Bank of India has got 3 wholly owned subsidiaries. What are they? One is DICGC. DICGC main purpose is if any bank collapses, then the customers will get maximum up to the insurance of rupees 1 lakh. And you may have a pertinent doubt, who will pay the premium? The premium is not paid by the subscriber, it is paid by the bank. So, each bank customer is insured up to rupees 1 lakh in case of the bank collapse. That is the purpose of DICGC. Then Housing Sector Regulator, National Housing Bank or NHB is also under Reserve Bank of India, and having 2 presses at Mysore and Salboni in West Bengal, that is Reserve Bank Note Mudran Private Limited, that is also under RBI. So, these 3 are wholly owned subsidiaries of RBI. One looks at insurance, other looks at housing sector as a regulator, third one that looks at printing of currency notes. And for printing of currency notes, already 2 presses are available under the Ministry of Finance, that is different, and 2 exclusive presses are available under the Reserve Bank of India subsidiary, that is Bharatiya Reserve Bank Note Mudran Private Limited, right. Let us come back to this DICGC. DICGC, it is Deputy Governor of RBI is the chairman. Then DICGC ensures all the bank deposits such as saving account deposits, fixed deposits, current deposits, recurring deposits. But here one important aspect is it ensures all the banks except primary cooperative societies. Technical point here is primary cooperative societies are not bank for technical purposes. That is why it does not insure primary cooperative societies, right. This is all about DICGC. ICAR, Indian Council of Agricultural Research, very important organization. This is in fact autonomous organization established way back in 1929. And at present is under the Department of Agricultural Research and Education, or you can say Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. More than this, important aspects I would like to tell you. It is registered as a society. This ICAR is a society and it is for coordinating, guiding and managing research and education in agriculture, which include horticulture, fisheries and animal sciences, and it has played a pioneering role in green revolution, and at the same time it is also has got major role in excellence in higher education in agriculture. So, ICAR, this is under the Ministry of Agriculture and it is a society, please understand, and it is autonomous body. Another point is it manages, or you can say it coordinates, guides, manages research and education in agriculture sector, including horticulture, fisheries and animal sciences. Then EPFO, I told you when I talked about a PFRDA, EPFO, that is Employees Provident Fund Organization, is under Ministry of Labour and Employment, and here it is for provident funds for employees. It is to provide for the institution of provident fund for the employees. Provident funds are to take care of future needs. So, here the schemes monitored by Employees Provident Fund Organization, very important. We talked about PFRDA. PFRDA monitors National Pension System, and this EPFO monitors Employees Provident Fund Scheme 1952, Employees Pension Scheme of 1995 and Employees Deposit Linked Insurance Scheme of 1976. So, these 3 aspects are monitored or regulated by EPFO, Employees Provident Fund Organization. This is under the Ministry of Labour and Employment. So, please understand the difference between PFRDA and EPFO. Then CSIR, we talked about ICAR, now CSIR. CSIR is Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. This is under the Department of Science and Technology, and now if I am not wrong, Ministry of Science and Technology is also created. So, this is under the Ministry of Science and Technology. So, it is the autonomous body under the Department of Science and Technology, Ministry of Science and Technology. So, it is under the Ministry of Science and Technology. And another important aspect is, just like ICAR, CSIR is also registered as society. So, CSIR was constituted in 1942 under the Societies Act 1860. So, both ICAR as well as CSIR are societies, and it has got, or you can say it has done pioneering work in applying for Indian patents and foreign patents. So, CSIR in India on an average files about 200 Indian patents and 250 foreign patents, and around 14% of CSIR patents are licensed, a number which is higher than the global average. So, you can say CSIR is pioneer in applying for patents and getting the recognition through patents. Then what are its activities? As I have already told you, it is also society and it covers wide range of activities like radio and space physics, oceanography, geophysics, biotechnology, nanotechnology, etc. Right. Then it has got total dynamic network of 38 national laboratories, 39 outreach centers, right. DIPAM, all of you are familiar with DIPAM. DIPAM is Department of Investment and Public Asset Management. It came into existence almost 2 years ago. It basically looks at central public sector enterprises to promote people's ownership. People's ownership is promoted through disinvestment. Disinvestment is selling the stake in public sector enterprises. So, here it is to unlock the true value of CPSEs for investors, employees and the government. And one important aspect is the proceeds from disinvestment of CPSEs, very important. The proceeds from the disinvestment of CPSEs, if government's stake is sold in CPSE, the proceeds will be channelized into National Investment Fund, very, very important. So, National Investment Fund money can be used for specific activities, and here this is public account. So, here disinvestment of CPSEs will be channelized into National Investment Fund and which will be credited to the existing public account. This is very, very important. So, for unlock the true potential of public sector enterprises, this Department of Investment and Public Asset Management is constituted, and this is under the Ministry of Finance. That is one aspect. And second aspect is when it comes to strategic sale of PSUs, Niti Aayog is also associated, or you can say Niti Aayog is deciding on the, or you can say recommending on the public sector enterprises which can go for strategic sale, right. So, the purpose of this DIPAM is to ensure better corporate governance in CPSEs also. So, this is very, very important. Then if you look at NHRC, National Human Rights Commission, it is for protection of human rights and it is established as per Human Rights Act of 1993, and here the commission believes in the promotion and protection of human rights of the weakest sections of society. And if you look at the institutional framework here, I have given here chairman who has been a Chief Justice of Supreme Court of India and how to select the chairman and members of the commission. Here on the recommendations of the committee headed by the Prime Minister, the President appoints National Human Rights Commission, right. So, please go through this, how many members are there, how they are selected, right. Then NTCA. NTCA is the statutory body under the Ministry of Environment, Forests and Climate Change. Here it is given the task of implementation of Project Tiger. And one more important aspect is Project Tiger is a centrally sponsored scheme providing funding support to tiger range states. Project Tiger is administered by National Tiger Conservation Authority, that is NTCA, and NTCA is a statutory body. Another point is government 100% centrally funded project, and another important aspect is NTCA takes the assessment of tigers once in 4 years. So, as per the NTCA regulations, the national level assessment of tiger population is to be done once in 4 years. So, these are important aspects when you look at NTCA. Then DRDO, this is the Research and Development Organization under Ministry of Defence. And if you look at the working of DRDO, it is not satisfactory, that is different story, and its main task is to design, develop and production of state-of-art sensors, weapon systems, platforms and allied equipment for our defence services. So, its role is to develop infrastructure and committed quality manpower and building strong technology base. Then CCI, Competition Commission of India, is, you can say, fair trade regulator. Here this is affiliated office to Ministry of Corporate Affairs. This is one important aspect. and it was established based on the Competition Act. So, under Competition Act 2002 to act as a fair trade regulator, this was established, and it is to create sustained fair competition in the economy. So, today if Airtel and Vodafone decide to merge, then the matter will be decided, or you can say CCI will look into whether the merger of Vodafone and Airtel will lead to unfair competition in the country. So, to avoid monopolistic tendencies, this CCI role is important, right. So, here other things I have given here. Its duty is to eliminate practices having adverse effect on the competition. CPCB, Central Pollution Control Board, it is the statutory body under the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, and two important aspects I would like to tell you. Here CPCB was constituted in 74 under Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Act of 1974. Then one more important aspect is subsequently it was also entrusted with the powers and functions under Air Prevention and Control of Pollution Act. So, if someone talks about CPCB, it is under the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Most important aspect here is it is to prevent, control or abate air pollution as well as water pollution. So, the task given to CPCB is to look at not only air pollution, but also water pollution. These things are very, very important. Then GICRE, this is the reinsurer as per the website of GICRE, I have taken this. And one more important aspect is now government is giving permissions to the global reinsurance companies. I am not sure whether they have established or not. If they have not established, then you can say GICRE is the only reinsurer in the country. So, here it is the statutory body under the Department of Financial Services, that is one important thing. GIC or General Insurance Corporation was originally incorporated on 22nd November 1972, and in the year 2000, GIC was notified as the Indian reinsurer. What is the meaning of reinsurer? Reinsurer takes part of the risk from the insurance companies, and here GICRE takes part of the risk only from general insurance companies, right. This is very, very important, and GICRE provides reinsurance to the direct general insurance companies in the Indian market. Right. So, GICRE is the only reinsurer in the country, and if some foreign company is established in our country, then it cannot be, but it is the first reinsurer, you can say, right. So, it is a statutory body, very, very important. Then Geological Survey of India, this is attached office to the Ministry of Mines, very important. Geological Survey of India is attached office to the Ministry of Mines and premier organizations of earth science survey and research in the world. And another important aspect is it is the principal provider of geoscientific information to the government, industry and public through the field service, and it disseminates information in the form of maps, publications and unpublished reports, and its primary responsibility is generation and upkeep of geoscientific database of the country. Then it provides technical consultancy, data and services to prospective investors and agencies, both national and multinational. Then DGAD, the Directorate General of Anti-Dumping and Allied Duties, this is under the Department of Commerce. Here investigations, it carries out investigations and recommends about the imposition of anti-dumping duty and countervailing duty or anti-subsidy duty. When countries like China, if you look at steel products, if China is dumping at less than market rates steel into our country, then investigation is done by DGAD. Then second thing, if a product enjoys more subsidies in their country of origin, when because of that they are importing those products into our country at a lesser or cheaper rates, then also investigation is done, that is countervailing duty investigation. Countervailing duty is also known as anti-subsidy duty. So, investigations with regard to anti-dumping and countervailing are done by DGAD, and the final imposition decision will be taken by the Ministry of Finance, very important. So, investigations will be done by DGAD or Directorate General of Anti-Dumping and Allied Duties. HUDCO is to promote sustainable habitat development to enhance the quality of life in urban areas. It was established in 1970 under the Ministry of Housing and Urban Poverty Alleviation. Here the mission is to promote sustainable habitat development to enhance the quality of life. It provides long term finance for construction of houses for residential purposes, or finance or undertake housing and urban development programs in the country, right. So, this is corporate office in New Delhi, it is under the Ministry of Housing and Urban Poverty Alleviation. International Financial Services Center, here GIFT City is being developed. GIFT City is near Gandhinagar, and this is being developed as the country's first International Financial Services Center. So, country's first International Financial Services Center is GIFT City, that is one part, and it is set up as part of Special Economic Zone. And here what is the purpose of International Financial Services Center? It caters to customers outside the jurisdiction of domestic economy. So, they deal with flows of finance from foreign to India, financial products, services across the boundaries, and this is India's first International Financial Services Center, please understand. And IRDA will permit insurers, including foreign insurers or reinsurers, they can establish branches in IFSC, and SEBI also allow setting up of exchanges and allow other activities like fundraising, merchant banking, brokerage, fund management, equity, private equity, etc. So, RBI will also permit setting up of IFSC banking units. So, all the three regulators will allow the foreign entities to establish their operations within International Financial Services Center. So, these are permitted exclusively in International Financial Services Center, but not elsewhere, right. So, to promote the flow of finance from foreign countries into country and to allow trading of various activities of financial products, this International Financial Services Center is planned for the first time in the country, and at present international financial centers may be at Singapore, maybe at Dubai, maybe at New York, like that. They are at present international financial service centers, and to India become one of the hubs, this is started. Then BIS, Bureau of Indian Standards, this is a statutory body which came into existence in 1987, and here this is under the Department of Consumer Affairs, Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution. This is very important. Here this looks at standardization. Standardization of the things is essential for the development of national economies, and here it also minimizes health hazards to consumers. So, the National Standardization Body, or the body which looks at activities of standardization, marking and quality certification of goods, the primary organization in our country is the statutory body BIS, which is under the Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution. Telecom Commission, Telecom Commission is under the Department of Telecommunications, and here it is responsible for formulating the policy of Department of Telecommunications, right. Next one is NIFT. NIFT, you may confuse, NIFT is under the Ministry of Textiles, please do not forget. So, it got statutory status in 2006. President of India is the visitor of NIFT. NIFT is National Institute of Fashion Technology, and here this was set up in 86 as the Autonomous Society in collaboration with Fashion Institute of Technology in New York, and here it comes under the Ministry of Textiles, and it emerged as premier institute in developing various professionals for taking up leadership position in fashion business, right. So, Nifty is under the Ministry of Textiles. Then FTII, Film and Television Institute of India. This is autonomous body under the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. This came into the news several times and established as Film Institute of India in 1960 on the erstwhile Prabhat studio premises in Pune. It was renamed as Film and Television Institute of India in 1971, right. What is the main purpose? The main purpose is to involve training for film and television students. So, for training, especially this FTII is intended, it is in Pune. Look at the last one, CBFC. CBFC is a Central Board of Film Certification, and here it is the statutory body, please do not forget, under the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, and here it regulates the public exhibition of films, and the board consists of non-official members and a chairman. And another important aspect is all the films, music videos, documentaries meant for public exhibition, irrespective of their length, whether in celluloid or video or CD or DVD version, are subjected to certification by CBFC. So, at present films are certified under 4 categories. I have given what are these 4 categories, please go through it. So, CBFC is popularly known as Censor Board. It is the statutory body under the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. Please do not forget, right friends. We came to the end of this 10th revision lecture. So, we discussed about 22 organizations in the previous lecture. We discussed 33 organizations. So, please go through them. They are very important from examination perspective. Please do join in few minutes for questions and answers revision, and tomorrow at 11 o'clock again we will have 11th revision session with some more things, right. Have a nice day. Thank you.